Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Bell and Company.
Yes, it is. Happy New Year, everybody. It's another episode of Bell and Company. I am Mario J. Bell. The voice on there, that's Libby. Hey, Libby, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You haven't been around in about a month.
You haven't either. Where have you
been? I did a special by myself without you, actually.
I know.
And Joe wasn't here either.
Yeah,
actually,
was I in Georgia?
No, actually, you were doing your play.
Oh, the play.
Yeah. So, Happy New Year to everybody. Welcome you guys back. Haven't seen you guys in a while.
Yeah, glad to be back.
And Joe's been very busy, Libby. You were with family. You actually had a family party like the day I was doing the show. You were with your family.
I was with my family.
Yeah, pre-Christmas thing. And Joe was doing his play. How'd that go?
Really well. Really well.
It sold out, didn't it?
Yeah. No. Well, one of them got to capacity, and then the other one was right under capacity, and then the other one was like 50 less.
Hey,
50
that's pretty
less
good.
Than capacity,
especially for a local community theater. So that was great for you.
It was our first time, and so it was like the first one was about like 500 people, and I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Did you shake in the boots?
It was Plainfield is
just like it's cold in the whole play itself. In real life, you were shaking.
It was. I had a blast. I had a blast. There were some moments that made me nervous though. Scrooge fell backstage.
Oh no!
Oh,
Devin.
Oh.
Yeah,
the actor that was on the show here.
Yeah. He fell backstage because like it was really dark, so we had to get new lights, like blue lights.
But what happened with that?
He cut his head open on stage.
Oh,
no! Like it was sliced right down the middle, and like so he still went back on stage. There was like a 5-minute interlude where like the kids just kept singing the same lyrics. And it was
they got to pass the time, right?
A lot of people said it was like kind of creepy from the audience perspective, but they loved it at the same time.
So he was supposed to be coming on to do his part from backstage, like starting to play, and he fell?
Yeah. So like he and his mic was hot, so all you heard was oh shh.
How many kids heard that one? Well, I'm sure they've heard the word before, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So,
wow.
Like, everybody starts cackling.
Yeah, well, he probably didn't think that would happen.
Yeah, I know. It was like
you can't mute them.
Yeah,
maybe you can. I don't know.
Yeah,
the audio guy didn't get it in time.
Wow, no, but like he like let it out.
So he knows how to make it, the show must go on. He
went
knows.
Right back out on stage.
Wow.
With a gash in his head, bleeding, dripping down his nose. It was just like
that's creepy.
Killed it. No, he killed it. It was awesome to see.
The ghost got to him right at the beginning.
Someone have that much dedication to the show.
That's pretty good. Well, I would hope he wouldn't just quit. Maybe he
wouldn't have. I mean, that was a pretty bad hit. Like it was a split in the front of the dome.
Well, that's a memorable Christmas play you did there.
No, but like everybody who went there was telling me like the show was really well done.
Is this going to be a yearly thing now?
I think they're going to have it twice a year. Yeah. So,
nice.
No, but yeah, I tell them if the book sells well, maybe I could come back.
Yeah, right.
But we'd love to introduce Sativa.
Yes, we should introduce our guest. I want to talk about the book too, but you're just quiet over here. Just go along with us. Welcome to the show. Hello, what's your name? Say hello.
Hey guys, my name's Sativa Reyes. I'm just kind of chilling here, listening to it like I'm on a podcast or something. We are, but you know what I mean. Like I'm at home just listening to this podcast.
No, you're actually in it now.
This guy's just like talking about a guy gashing his head open on stage.
Hey, things happen, right? Live entertainment. It's pretty wild. I mean, I probably put a Band-Aid on it. I don't think I would have.
Well, I mean, he couldn't.
I don't know.
He didn't really have the time. It was just the amount of time in between. He ran back out there, and he was like, you could tell he was exhausted. And then I had a seat with him, and he had the blood spot, but it wasn't as bad. He wiped it before that.
People maybe just thought it was part of the play. There's a new angle on Scrooge or something.
I think people do. You could hear the thug when he hit the metal. God. It was like a slice.
Well, that's crazy.
You should have handed these out. Everybody could have read this while they were waiting. Look at everybody. I'm going to get the name right this time because I have it in front of me. Joe wrote a book, Henry the Hyper Hippo, and it's published. Here it is. Isn't that cool? I think the camera can see that. And I remember we had Sandra on, your illustrator, so very well done. I really think this is awesome. Locally self-published, right?
Currently, yeah, looking for an agent. That's why I just filmed a video for it. So,
Yeah.
like, I did a video read through, and I'm gonna
That's
send
what
out
it
to
was.
agents.
Not necessarily to publish it, but that's to send out to kind of promote everything.
You're with
Like-
Sony, aren't you?
I was. I had to leave that boat. For,
I
specified
understand.
reasons.
I'll talk with you about that on another.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought you wanted to hook up with them, go with Sony Records. Maybe they'll do publishing too.
No.
They don't do
It was something. It was the people, like the management.
Yeah, the industry. Let me tell you, it's tough out there, man. You got to find the right people to guide you forward. You know.
People like to rip you up.
Oh,
Like,
well,
and
I know all about that.
Yeah,
I've
it's
had
like-
the
I mean,
commissions stolen,
it's the
not been
biz.
paid. I've had the station close on me a few times
That's crazy.
without much notice. I mean, there was a warning, like the general
station?
manager quit, but other than that, it really wasn't much of a warning.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been down that road before of having a little bit of scam played on me, but not really. I mean, it's just the industry, I guess. You never know. I mean, that's why self-publishing this book is such a great idea. But you could probably talk about some of that self-publishing stuff. Besides Sony, you're out there doing your own stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's about you now, by the way. I just wanted to do the intro because we haven't been here in a couple of weeks.
that's all right. That's all right.
Welcome to the show.
So I guess I'm gonna formally introduce myself. My name's Sativa Reyes. I'm a goth rapper from the suburbs of Illinois,
Awesome.
and I make goth rap. You know,
Love that.
it's I guess you could say it's like a combination of like regular rap. Like I guess you could think of like Young Dolph or Moneybagg Yo, mixed with Marilyn Manson or like the Suicide Boys.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
Totally.
So it's like almost like a whole different genre. So it's a little hard, kind of like trying to find like new listeners because it's such a niche, like you know.
It's an
area.
interesting niche where it's like, you know, I guess everything rhymes basically, right?
Yeah. But
And it goes
solid.
together.
It's cool and engaging. I like the music.
but I like, you know, coming out to open mics and meeting people of all different genres and making new friends. It's pretty cool.
I mean, that's what we like to do here is introduce, you know, people to the masses, as they say. You know, we're on quite a few platforms now. It amazes me every time I look. I'm like, oh my gosh, we got 5,000 views there, really? So it's like, wow. So this is a good place to talk about stuff, you know, because I don't know. I just feel like it's a good way to get people. It's like a stomping ground out here, you know. Intellectual Radio. They've been around. Gosh, I think it's 15 years, a little more than that already.
Wow.
And I knew the gentleman that owns it a long time ago before this even started, and here we are. Things happen for a reason, I say, because that's what I've always been about. I've always liked having that community connection. You know, it doesn't have to be all celebrities. Of course, I'll have some, but I like local talent too. You know, so
Me too. I
this
mean,
is a good spot.
you never
Local
know.
becomes celebrity.
Yeah, you know.
Exactly. Then we can, you know, say, hey, we had you on. Come back on.
Yeah, you never
you
know
know.
who's gonna pop off.
Exactly.
It happens
And it's
in a weird way. A lot of places.
the fact that you have a marketing strategy is a very smart deal right there. I think you're already thinking ahead, and I think that's very smart for you.
He would know. He's the guerrilla marketing king over here too. He's
I
not
know.
just an actor and a writer.
He's everything, huh?
He's a one man band over
No,
there.
I can't do so many things, but like the things I do, I try to do as much as I can.
I mean, after this, I'm gonna grill you with some marketing questions, man.
I'll help you. I'll help you out.
Well, that's how
Wherever
I
can.
met him at
And
a
if you
bar.
ever want to exchange.
I met him
Let's
at a
do it.
bar and then saw that he was doing all this crazy stuff on Facebook and all social media, but he's actually out there old school. Not, you know, the social media is like pictures of him
With the
doing it.
signs, right?
It's like waving the signs, you know. Didn't you go up on a sign one time, I think?
Yeah, we bought a billboard. I stood on a billboard.
Yeah, you stood on a billboard. Are you going to do that?
Oh my God! Hell yeah! I guess if that's what I gotta do.
It just draws the eye. You know, whatever takes people out of the mundane.
How about streaking?
There you go. Just
No.
streak down the street right by the billboards.
I don't think I could do that.
Well, the movie that kind of features that prominently, Old School. That's an old one, actually.
My boy Blue.
Yeah, My Boy Blue. It's with Will Ferrell. Yeah, he gets in trouble for it, but whatever. Well, actually, he doesn't get in trouble with the authorities. He gets in trouble with his wife, soon to
my
be
God.
ex-wife. So anyway,
That's a little
But
scarier.
there you go. I mean, there's all these crazy ways to market yourself. But let's talk about the genre. How did you get into like that specific type of music?
So you know what's funny is I actually, when I was in high school, I actually took guitar lessons. because I wanted to be a rock star.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, let me start my own band. You know, I'm in high school. Fuck it. Let's start a band. But I couldn't find like-minded individuals. Like, no one wanted to start a band. Everyone's just like, oh, college or like just straight work, which is fine because, you got to make money. But I felt like no one had the passion. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Let me try something else. And have you guys heard of lo-fi?
Yeah.
Joe,
I
I
listen
think
to
that-
lo-fi beats all the time.
I love lo-fi. But anyways, I started off. My first song I made or my first 1 or 2 songs was lo-fi, but I wasn't really taking music seriously.
I thought you were talking about a band or something. You're talking about the genre. Like
Yeah,
the type of
yeah.
music.
It's
Joe's talking about
you
that
can
before.
go on YouTube and find like 10-hour loops where it's just like lo-fi study music.
Yeah.
Lo-fi hip hop.
Now I know what you're talking about.
There you go.
The audience needs to know. See, we got to enlighten.
There we
everybody.
go. Little
Thank you, Joe.
background information
Yeah.
from Mr. Joe.
Well, you definitely got a good look for being in a band and being a rapper and stuff.
I know, right?
So for
Dude,
people watching the video, they can see you.
I'll go to the store and I'll get all these weird looks, and I'm like, I'm just here to shop. No,
The jacket, the purple hair, wicked.
There you go.
thank you.
Longer hair, right?
No,
I like
for
the
real.
tattoo.
Oh, thank you. I got this impulsively. Because
the
I thought
camera's right there. You just
Oh,
hold it up.
I
There
got
you
this
go.
impulsively because I thought I was gonna go to prison. Because I was on drug related stuff.
Oh,
I understand.
but it all
that.
worked
you
out.
weren't always a
Been
musician.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. The musician.
Wait, what's the? Okay, now you gotta give a little backstory. Why
Uh-huh.
would they leave you alone if you have a certain type of a tattoo?
I mean, I it worked for me, I guess.
Okay. Oh, all right.
But anyway, so I start off with lo-fi, and
Nice.
then I'm like, well, I kind of want to do something else, like this, like this is cool, but this isn't me. And then I kind of like started changing genres slowly, and then after 5 years of doing it as a hobby, I'm like, one day I woke up and after taking some shrooms, I was like, you know what? I think this is what I want to do. Like I'm gonna chase my dream. Like I had that epiphany.
You had an enlightenment on a
Heck yeah.
trip, basically.
I tried shrooms once. That didn't work out for me.
Libby didn't like them.
Dude,
Didn't work out for me.
they're so traumatic sometimes. Like I'm just like, why'd I do this to myself again?
Yeah, sometimes
he says. So okay,
a lot of people find microdosing to be a better way to go about it.
I've heard of that.
Because it's more to treat depression and stuff like that. I used to take a lot of it in high school. Like,
Do
all
you feel
the
like it
time.
inspired you? Like you? I mean, that's kind of
It
interesting.
had moments of epiphany, but it also had massive moments of emotional withdrawal and just like
yeah.
you don't know how to process your emotions. I was crying in a corner one time. I didn't know what was going
He's
on.
nodding his head. You had that same.
You don't know
issue?
what you're gonna get, man. You don't know what you're gonna get. One time I was having such a great trip, and then like literally 2 minutes later, it was horrible for the next 3 hours, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah, it's depressing.
But you
So,
wrote music in the meantime.
Oh, dude, hell yeah, hell yeah! I made some good music.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
there's great stories to come from it because like hallucinogens. While they should be like treated with care, like anything in excess is an issue.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I
like
think
say,
they're talking about making. Well, I don't know about mushrooms, but certain types of those class of drugs
well,
legal
a lot of them are
for like
legal.
treatment
For
of
PTSD, right?
depression and stuff.
It's
Yeah.
legal in a lot
Yeah.
of states right now, actually.
Yeah.
I heard
There's-
Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon.
Not Illinois
I
yet.
think Washington started getting it or something like that.
It seems like the Northwest are pretty progressive up there. They
I
seem to
mean,
do a lot of stuff.
You know what? Time to
like-
move.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Yeah, you'll be okay there. They won't prosecute you at least.
I think it's an interesting progress, and if people take it in the right dosage, I think it could be helpful. And it's more natural than the chemicals that we put into our body with a lot of the things that we place into it.
I mean,
Pharmaceuticals, man.
I guess the
I like
Indians-
pharmaceuticals. I see benefit in some of them, but at the same time, I believe that we're overflowing.
I think the American Indians.
It's that capital,
use them.
man.
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
Yeah.
the American Indians had like the smoke shack. I don't know what they were doing in there, but I
Hopefully
forget
they're
what they
having
called
fun.
that. Peyote, I think, is what the American
Mhm.
West.
Mhm.
So anyway,
That's
so-
actually not a good thing for people like to eat or drink like
Really?
the cactus. They prefer that people use ayahuasca because peyote is a depleting resource.
Well, I know cactus can.
That's crazy.
Certain
Yeah.
variations of it. I ate it for it was a side dish when we were on vacation in Nevada one time. And
I remember
was,
the story.
I was sick for like 2 days, and we just kept going. I kept having to go to the bathroom, but we kept going because we were, how many times are you going to go to the Grand Canyon? How many times are you going to go to see the Hoover Dam. So that was my experiment with, hallucinogens, I guess.
What'd the fish say when he hit a wall?
What do you say?
Damn.
I'm like, wait, what? Funny. So anyway, we got a little off the subject there, but it did help you with actually writing lyrics for like a whole album, or just one line. What did it do for you?
I wrote a whole song in like I don't know, like maybe like 10 minutes just on shrooms, just because I felt like you could articulate your emotions better. You could really grab a handle of what you're feeling, and maybe you've been repressing for a long time, and it all literally comes out like you're throwing it up. And I'm just like, well, let me put on a beat and actually write something if I'm gonna be feeling like shit for a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. I know, the 1970s, everybody talked about 1960s, everybody being on certain whatever it was, having their trip, and then they're playing. The Grateful Dead obviously was known for it.
Yeah.
But I guess you're telling me it helped you write an album or a whole song, so that's interesting.
I think it's more like excess is what kills you, and that's like whenever people start to exceed that limit and like something becomes the end all be all for them and they have to continue in it. That's the show.
How did you know when you had too much?
Oh,
I guess you're feeling down. You said
so here's the thing about shrooms. You actually gain tolerance to it really fast.
You do. You really do.
And I'm poor. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
musician,
poor.
Right?
Yeah, no, I'm a starving
musician.
I
starving
understand.
artist.
I understand.
But also I just felt like I had more bad trips than good trips, and even though they were insightful, I was just like, I think I'm gonna just give it a break, and if I really need some more insight in the future, I'll do that at another time because I'm all right.
It becomes more of a seasonal thing.
Literally.
where if you're feeling a mood for an epiphany, but the only other one I ever want to try before I die, I would say ayahuasca.
Really?
Yeah, I want to
Me
go.
too.
I want to do the whole ceremony. I want to go through the entire process. I don't want to just like do it.
Where do you guys go to do that?
You got to go to the desert.
Oh, just
No, I
you
can't.
mean like by the Joshua Tree, or in
Well,
maybe?
a lot of people go to Mexico nowadays for
Oh,
ayahuasca.
okay.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I was going to say like the Native American Indian, one reservation
Tribal grounds?
somewhere.
I think
Yeah, that's what
what's
I was
his
thinking.
name? Aaron. Who's the guy on the who used to be on the Green Bay Packers?
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers?
Oh,
Aaron
Rogers says he's done
exactly.
them too. Yep.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers talked about it.
He's
Can you believe that?
he's a goofball. He's funny.
I like the guy. I
He
mean,
says
I don't
some
like him
funny
as a
things.
Packer, but he's not a Packer anymore, so we're okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
right?
Like,
we,
no beef.
we keep getting off the subject.
That's
about
all right. I don't mind.
That
I like
was
your input you've been putting in.
I like-
one of your inspirations.
I like the natural flow that we're having right now.
I try to keep it on track. Sometimes it goes off a little bit, but you know what? It's a conversation.
we derail sometimes.
You know
we
what?
chase a rabbit.
That's why you're here.
We can edit it later.
the
but
ADD.
the best of clips. Yeah, right. We all got our.
I knew that.
We should be ADD Radio, which is a show that I used to help host a long time ago on another station similar to Intellectual Radio many moons ago. Was that 12 years ago now, Libby?
Yes.
God.
And
We
got
known
I
each
feel
other
so
for 12
old.
years.
we got some pros in here, man.
Yeah, I tell
Professionals.
you, it's amazing when the entertainment business in general. Yeah, I just keep doing it. I mean, because it's like you never know
Heck
what's
yeah.
gonna happen. I mean, I'm in my early. I am 50. I'll be
You're
51.
50. Don't say
I
early.
know.
40.
Okay, early, whatever. I'm gonna be 51, and things are actually starting to happen now for this show.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Everybody's gonna be involved, but I would have liked it to happen 25 years ago. So don't quit. Keep it up.
He
But
said-
anyway, we were talking about how you write the music. What do you got going on these days? What are you working on?
Well, so right now, while I'm not with Sony anymore, I do have a manager. Her name's Angie, and
We'll talk about that. You were with Sony Records for a while.
mhm.
Okay.
The Orchard, right?
Yeah. They became a little too much, man.
Was
And how
it
did-
a manager that was outside of the Orchard, just kind of like an affiliate?
It was like
Because that's kind of what
it wasn't even my manager. It was just like some lady affiliated with the Orchard, which is so it's
how
like
do they find
That's
you?
what
Did
happened
you-
to us.
Did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
find?
oh okay, isn't
Well,
that
wait,
crazy?
okay, I kind of know your story. How did you
They
find?
put our song out 2 days late after we had been announcing it. For
Oh
months. Put our
no!
song out 2 days late, and we were like, "What is your problem?"
Well,
He's like,
didn't they
"Sorry."
close somebody? One of those like offshoots of not Sony, but one of the big companies, Electra or whatever it is, just closed down recently. We were talking about it on a show. Remember? Like I think you were going to distribute with them. I forget who they were now. Anyway,
I don't blame Sony though. I blame the people that like
Yeah, I
hook
agree.
onto Orchard and like use it as a way to manipulate.
Oh, yeah, literally same here, dude.
So
Literally
how
same here.
Let's talk about it. How
So
did they find you? Or how'd
I
you find them?
got reached out to. Well, I was in a rap group with a bunch of other guys from Chicago and Indiana, and then one of the scouts was in there. But I didn't know that she was a scout. And then we started talking, and then she was like, do you want to join, like my label? And I was like, heck yeah, this is cool as hell.
Wow. Okay.
It felt cool. It was like
hell
Sony.
yeah.
They gave you a legit website, legit credentials.
Yeah,
stuff,
I
it was like
even got on the Orchard, got to sign in, and I got, the marketing things and all that other shit.
yeah.
What about money?
They didn't ask for money, but they did ask for a marketing budget.
Okay.
They were like,
they wanted you to have it. They didn't
Yeah,
have one
yeah.
for the talent.
So how it works is if you're not like a big hot shot yet, you don't get the $1 million up front. So they want you to like basically prove yourself first with your own marketing.
Got it.
And then once they see that you're making some money, they're like, all right, now we're gonna, give you, the $1 million, and you're gonna sign in, and we're gonna push your stuff.
The big push.
But obviously, it's more of a loan because they're gonna give you $1 million, but then you're gonna work, so much you're basically gonna make them $2 million.
Right.
So that's how that works.
But you don't have to give the money back. I mean, it's yours.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
advance
no.
is yours. So okay, so you had that option. I mean, are we talking millions of dollars?
Oh
that you
no,
were
not
able to
yet,
get?
not yet.
Okay, I was just wondering. 'Cause I mean, I've heard that. I didn't know if smaller,
Yeah.
guys that are more localized, quote unquote, can get that kind of money up
Yeah,
front.
ask me in 2 years.
There's a guy I know
It
online,
depends
Tony.
yeah, it depends on how much you go for it and promote and market. Like if you have a planned marketing strategy and you attack it from multiple different methods.
So you went
just-
through the same thing with Orchard. They wanted you to do everything yourself. That's how the guerrilla marketing thing came up then, right?
Well, the song that released 2 days late still got about 2,000 streams in the first
That's pretty good.
2 days, but at the same time, it was more of like it could have gotten more had it been released on the day that it was announced.
But you had to pay for the marketing budget, like you talked
yeah,
about.
we paid about $250 a month in
Wow.
the marketing budget.
What?
Okay.
Can you tell me later on what the name of that company is?
Which one?
The marketing, or did you
No,
just?
it was these guys,
Well,
right?
the dude who was releasing our music through Sony.
No, like
Tony, well, he was like a dude from Philly or something. He was on Dr. Phil, and so like that was his claim
That's
to
the guy
fame.
I was just gonna bring up. His name is Tony. I can't think of his last name. He's all over Facebook. I don't know about other social media.
Watch out for the man's.
Really?
Yeah. he's
Oh,
from
I know
Boston.
nothing about him except that I know he supposedly represents like rap
rap
act.
groups and stuff.
That's all I know.
Oh, dude, I'd watch out for him. That's just
Like in a good way or a
truthful.
bad way?
Bad way.
Oh,
like,
shit.
You know, like he was on Dr. Phil. You know, for
He was on
you-
Dr. Phil.
yeah, and that was his claim to fame. And he
Oh, hell no.
And he utilized that as his marketing strategy for his company, but basically he just kind of screws you up, and he doesn't pay attention to his calendar and what he needs to do at the right times.
But he does work for a company that works like with
Well,
Sony
yeah,
or
we
somebody
got
or-
a good amount of streams through that, but at the same time, we had to release everything after he released it 2 days late. It was like, how unprofessional is that of our people at Sony?
Oh
you know, it's
man,
like-
I didn't know anything about that.
yeah.
Okay.
So, and it was just like
I've just seen him on a lot of things.
yeah, and the other guy who got us into it was from this area, but he's a really great musician. He just got caught up. He got caught up with this guy, like not like trying to do it, but at the same time, I mean,
So like they canceled them too, or what?
he stepped away from him too. He
So-
was like,
so
"No,
what
I'm not
happened-
working with this guy?"
Did you have the same problem then, or because
basically-
you're not with them anymore?
Basically, what happened was they
Oh, by
didn't.
the way, no swearing.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to tell you.
Oh, my bad. They didn't let us they didn't let my label distribute because we weren't doing quote unquote what they wanted us to do. But at the end of the day, it was more of like a manipulation game. It was like a power thing, and it was very evident. So we kind of, all of us just kind of exited, and we're like, that's that. We're not gonna be pushed around like that and have distribution hung over our heads if we don't do one little thing.
Interesting. I mean,
It's true.
I look at Joe because he's on the show and he's had bands, but just how this whole thing comes about. I mean, you asked me right before the beginning of the show. I'm not into music, but I'm into the broadcast industry, which seems like it's the same game played. I mean, the guy that owns the studio makes all the money, you know, or the
Entertainment,
station in this case.
entertainment is kind of a dark business sometimes. Like
It's a sleazy business.
Libby
really
likes to
is.
call it a sleazy business. I mean, I guess it depends upon where you go. I mean,
Like,
some of the
I
big
mean,
companies, they just
No,
they're a
I
number,
work.
you know?
I've worked with the right people. Like this station. Like I've worked with the right people. Like I pick the people that I want to keep working with. Like
Yeah.
you guys. You
Yeah.
know. Like
no, I was going to say we don't
you
have
know, like,
problems here, but there
it's
are
like it's like you
in
pick.
Chicago.
You,
There's some issues on some of these places. for
no, I
sure.
get that, and you gotta find your tribe. Like find who you work best with. Find who gets your creative gears flowing, so that you all propel each other forward.
So what are you planning then? What are you going to do? Speaking of all that Joe just said.
Well, wait. So what was the question?
What's your next step in what's going on? We got through how the business is kind of rough, and there's a lot of scams
going.
out there.
Yeah. Well.
You
I'm-
learn more.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I feel like I've learned a lot, and I've only taken this seriously for like a year and a half now, and I feel like now that I'm actually trying, I'm seeing results, but I didn't realize how much like effort you actually have to put into like see results. Like I have to reach out to people. Like when I reached out to Joe, I have to email people. Now that I have a manager, it's a little less on me.
Yeah.
But there's like so much that goes into it, and then it's like also really expensive. I didn't realize how expensive it was to be an artist. So now I get the phrase starving artist.
True.
So
You get it now
yeah, no,
firsthand, huh?
literally seeing it firsthand.
Yeah,
feeling it
because
firsthand.
Even though you had that representation in the marketing, that doesn't mean it was all going to the band, right? Or you.
Yeah.
So.
But my next step right now is I'm kind of trying to see if I can find any festivals for the summer. I'm reaching out to people for the next coming months to see if I could book some shows. And I'm trying to run my own show actually too with local talent.
Oh,
so that
cool.
people don't get like taken advantage of, And
I know a guy,
they could
Anthony,
just
that
come in.
runs shows out in
Good
the south
thought.
suburbs of
I
Chicago.
like that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I wanna-
Just control the whole thing.
I want to change the industry because I feel like now experiencing it firsthand, it's low key kind of shitty. Oh, I'm sorry,
Crappy.
crappy. It's low key kind of crappy, and I feel like
Got the passion. He's very upset about that.
yeah, I'm very upset. I feel like it could be better.
I mean, again, I guess Joe said it a couple minutes ago. You got to find the right tribe. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to
find
adopt
your
that
tribe.
phrase because
But,
that's the truth.
But I think my next steps,
So you're going to do your own. You're going to make your own tribe. You have
yeah,
your own festival.
yeah. I mean, my label PSP Entertainment, they're my tribe, but I want my tribe to get bigger.
Expand. Yeah.
I want to be able to like positively influence new upcoming talent or talent that's already there. Maybe they don't know what to do. I feel like there's no roadmap for this. It's like
Nothing.
it's crazy, dude.
I can agree there.
I'm like, I feel like it's easier to become a lawyer because at least you know what you got to do to get there.
Yeah, 20 years of college, right? But at
Yeah,
least you know.
literally.
No, it's more like 8 to 10, I guess.
I mean,
The
hey,
law school is a couple
yeah,
years.
You'll spend a lot, but I mean, at the end of the road, you got the job, but then there's us, and it's like, how much are we gonna spend in marketing and like sleepless nights and recording and all this other stuff till we get to the final result? But really, I think I'm starting to enjoy the journey more than the actual final result right now.
That's why I see that guerrilla marketing is cheap and effective.
Yeah, I was going to
And
say,
it's-
Joe came up with the idea they could do a lot of it themselves,
Yeah, it's very smart, but you also attack it with social media as well. You don't just
Gotta have like a little combination going.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
combine, and you
the
probably have like 3 or 4 different types of things. Like I used to do sidewalk chalk everywhere.
What?
Yeah,
That's really creative.
No, you just do that. I did it on the side of buildings, just everywhere. So like sometimes people thought it was like too much because I would put it every like 3 or 4 squares.
It worked though, didn't
I
it?
would put it. Yeah,
It
did.
got,
It got you more
you
listeners?
sold. I mean,
Yeah,
shows.
Yeah, it did. It did. Sign waving
Or
was
show
the
attendance,
most.
I should say.
Sign waving was super effective.
Did you do that around the venues you were gonna perform at?
Yeah. Also, Q Rock got us on their radio station when they saw a picture of us. Someone
Oh, wow.
sent it in, and then I went in and interviewed with them. I'm trying to get the host here. I tried to text him. I think I texted him when he was coming back from Rome. So I think didn't get the text because he was in the sky.
Oh,
or something.
no.
Yeah, so I don't know. I got to text him back again, but yeah.
For Brojack stuff now? Are you
No,
talking about?
no. The guy from Q Rock. But yeah, Q Rock.
Oh, for coming on the show here. Yeah. I thought you meant to get your music on. Yeah. No, Joe's the guy, man.
But yeah,
you need to get with Joe and talk
there's
to him about
local
all-
radio stations
Yeah.
everywhere. And then there's like good. I can find you more. There's like a page where you could download all of the
Like the
radio
information?
stations. Yeah, the college radio stations.
That's really cool.
It's like a $20 book, and you could send out your
the
stuff to all
college
these
radio. They
stations.
love newer acts or people that aren't as huge as like
They-
you mentioned,
like local talent and
your
stuff.
influences,
Yeah, we've been on
local talent. Yeah,
between the mix of my 3 bands, we've been on probably like 30 different college radio stations and then 2 regular. So like, I mean, you can easily get on college radio stations, and that's a good niche, especially for goth rap. Like
Yeah, I think it's starting to go a little bit more mainstream, just the gothic culture in general.
it really is. I've been seeing an uptick in it on my social.
I feel like
media.
it's already been in mainstream and then kind of fade away. Now it's coming back, like Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, they're like from Chicago. They're kind of like the king of that genre, I would think.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Smashing
Billy
Pumpkins
Corgan.
are
Well,
fun.
you probably know Billy Corgan because he's been more of a solo artist lately. But he's back with Smashing Pumpkins.
Can I ask how old are you?
How old do I look?
About 25.
What do you guys think?
I don't know. I don't want to guess and be like way off.
24.
Damn, I look old. I'm 26.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you
Usually-
about, we were right.
Usually people say like 20, but I guess all the drug abuse and alcohol is taking its toll.
No, you
Kidding.
definitely look younger. By the way, we're talking with how you say it. I want to say it right. Sativa.
Sativa.
And
Yeah.
how you say your last name?
Reyes.
Ray. Oh, that's easy. Sativa Reyes. And
You're named after the plant, the marijuana plant?
Yeah, yeah. It's my favorite strain.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
Woo!
I like it for the creation process, but for the sleeping process, I'm not gonna do that.
But you
Oh,
literally
yeah.
did take your name from there for real?
Huh?
You never heard of sativa
I
cannabis?
did, but I didn't think that it just had a coincidence. But
Oh
no,
yeah,
you
no,
actually-
no, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. He totally got the name from there. Okay,
That's
all right.
more of like a
what I
stimulant.
thought.
That like of the weeds, it's like more of like the stimulating strain, which I've written so many songs when I've smoked sativa, but at the same time, indica has
Makes you go
always
to
helped me
sleep.
go to the couch. Because
And by the way, I
need to
guess they're
sleep,
legal
I'll
in
take
Illinois.
an
You
edible.
can get it anytime you want in Illinois.
Oh yeah, now it's a lot easier than like a few years ago. It's like, all right, now I'm hopping into this guy's like car or like house, and I've never even met this guy before.
Yet there are still so many incarcerated
the thing.
people for
Oh, yeah.
weed-related
Oh.
crimes, and
Well,
it's really
Stupid.
sad.
Again,
That's
it's
sad.
still
I
a
hate that.
federal.
I hate that.
People forget that it's still on the federal, whatever that list is of classified drugs.
Class
it's,
A or whatever.
Yeah, it's still you're not supposed to have it. Technically,
I understand the federal stance, but if the state legalizes it, the state should be able to.
well, that's what Illinois
kinda pull
says.
back
That's what
from
all the
that,
states
yeah.
that legalize it are saying. We should be able to control this. Even North Carolina, I was just there, so I know for vacation. They're not. They decriminalized it. However that works. I guess you get a ticket when they smell it. I don't know when you're driving or whatever. 'Cause you're not supposed to drive with it anywhere. Illinois, any state.
Oh, I
So-
smell it
unless
every
unless
time.
it's wrapped in a package or tightly like closed, like or taped.
I ride a
basically, so-
bike and and when I pass all these cars, I smell it.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be taking any Libby. But anyway, so you got
I
that
take
name
edibles.
from
Getting that
I
secondhand
mean,
high.
Did you take the logo and like your manager? Does he help with the name? How did you come up with?
So what's funny? My actual name, like the first name I started off with, was like Satanas, which is Satan in
Oh,
Spanish,
jeez.
but it had 3 6s in the name. And I think you guys know Wes Jeffrey.
Yeah, Wes Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I've known him for like 10 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I met him at an open mic, and he's like, "Hey, I really like your music, but for marketing purposes, you should change your name." And at first, I was like, "What's this guy talking about?" But then I got that
Well,
from a
people probably
second guy.
didn't catch that it was Spanish. What it meant because it was in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of our guitarists in my old band was a Satanist,
Yeah.
and he was a calm, peaceful dude. Like it was just more of his what he practiced. I didn't knock, but he posted about it, and then
You're like, "Help!"
Yeah, and then well, he posted about it, and then one of the dudes like reached out to me about it. Like,
What'd he
saying, Your
say?
friend, your new guitarist is like, posting stuff about this, and I'm all like,
Oh,
okay.
wait,
So,
wait a minute.
yeah, so like he posted like a stuffed Baphomet or whatever,
Yeah.
So like,
It wasn't band related though.
no, it wasn't. It was just on his regular page, but one of the people in the scene saw it, and they were like, "You should probably take that down, or like, remove that."
Yeah,
stuff."
it'll
Is
definitely
that
mess.
helping or hurting you? That
Oh,
kind of reference.
I'm gonna be honest.
Both
the
your
first,
name now and your old name.
well, my old name, I definitely got like a few people. Well, I basically I had that name because I wanted to draw a reaction, and I wanted people to be like, "Oh, it's that guy again," and like I'm gonna be memorable, and it worked. But sometimes I'd have people that would be like, "Oh no, I don't like that name, and I'm not gonna mess with you just because of the name." And I had my name on Facebook as Sativa Reyes already, but it was just me messing around.
Yeah,
Oh.
And Wes was like, "That's already like a great name."
I think it's a good name.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a better route.
I honestly didn't catch that what it was referencing, so I guess it's cool.
You're such
It's-
a square
I
head.
guess I don't know.
just for marketability purposes, unless you're one who wants to like see if you can do it with a different name. The cool part about life is that you have so many moments for reinvention.
You really
whatever,
do.
Whatever the heck you want to do, you can reanimate.
Yeah, I'm a
different
dummy
ways.
now.
Oh, no.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, there's obviously a lot of people that are into that culture, the lifestyle, the smoking, whatever you want to say it is. But I mean, I guess that could be your audience. Right?
There is a niche.
Good
there.
old reefer.
There you go.
Don't fear the reefer.
So are you? Is the manager now helping you get more? I don't know where you go, like certain bars or clubs that
Yeah.
have
Yeah. I might
newer artists.
actually I've met a lot of new artists through her. And
Cool.
Who's that? Your manager?
Yeah, my manager, Angie. And we're gonna be obviously making our own show and going out of state and doing a few shows out of state too, because she wants me to get more exposure outside of the state.
Get people talking.
Yeah. I gotta get a little radius going. But
Our next guy, Ryan Argast, is like a really good with marketing and touring. He's really smart about that. Yeah.
I bet he is.
I guess in
Yeah.
the next hour he's on, or he was. Didn't he try out? Or he was on The Voice.
Yeah, he was on The Voice.
He was on The Voice.
he
So
he
there you
got on
go.
the shows.
Try
that sounds pretty cool.
Try
Yeah.
that angle. I mean, that's tough to get the audition to get for that. I know that. I know people that have auditioned.
I've honestly thought of it too. I'm like, should I just get on The Voice? But I don't know what the whole process is. I don't know if like you got to pay to get in and all this other stuff.
No, but they come to certain cities. Like they come through Chicago.
Yeah, you wait in line for a bit.
A day.
I believe.
A bit. Like a day.
I haven't tried out for anything like that. I wanted to for a while, but then I just was like, I'm getting older, and I'm like, I want to. So I just started getting tired, and I didn't want to go on TV. I just kind of wanted to see if I saw that the marketing was taking off with the gorilla stuff, and I was like, okay, that's cool.
You did it on your own. You didn't need the TV.
No, but the TV is I should have I should have tried out at some point, but I don't know if I ever really
You're not done.
will.
So when are we gonna try out?
Yeah.
I think the tryouts are coming through.
The
Yeah.
two of you guys got to
Come
go.
on,
Now we're
If
talking about it.
If you get a chance, listen to Marina City. They're killer.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really good.
Interesting
There-
stuff
it-
here. I mean, it's amazing how we go
Yeah.
down all these roads, and we're talking to our guests. We're just talking about a little everything, and it all
Listen to
kinda comes-
Sativa Reyes.
Yeah, it
Thank you,
comes
thank
back,
you.
and it all makes sense. So hopefully everything works out, and you do. You keep. The point of this is you got to just keep going with it. I mean, don't give up.
No, I
It sounds
like that you've got the fighting spirit. No matter what, through the pitfalls, you
Mhm.
still rise above that, and you keep going with it. You keep finding new avenues, new network, and the fact that you reached out to me, you were the first person who ever did.
Oh, that's crazy.
You after Dell. Dell was the first person to reach out to me. The rest of the people I've kind of just reached out to,
Mhm.
but it was
You've known
cool, and
some.
I wanted to make sure to get you on because I was glad that you reached out.
Well, thanks for having me here. It's a really cool setup you guys got and everything.
It's always
and
good
the-
to go for the ask.
And the next show then is you're still kind of figuring it out then.
Yeah. Well, right now, I'm just trying to get as many shows as I can that I can sign up for.
Have you tried the Forge?
Yeah, I actually I performed at the Forge through one of my friends, Randy Gibson.
Nice.
He always throws shows, and he threw one last year. He threw
Cool.
like a local talent showcase.
Where
But
where are you gonna do yours? You think? Where do you think you're gonna have it?
well, I reached out to the studio in Lockport, but I
Lockport,
haven't
Illinois, okay.
haven't gotten an email back yet. So I was thinking about reaching out to a few more places and seeing what happens.
How much of a set can you do?
I think I'm probably at 30 minutes.
Okay.
35 minutes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
alright.
if you were to like, I would say maybe network a little bit at Black Dog Vinyl if you want to like kind of network with some people for a variety showcase because they do a lot of variety showcases there.
Yeah, I
Wait,
went there.
which-
Where
yeah,
where were you gonna be? But Brojack had to cancel. Where was that?
Uptown in downtown Plainfield.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's Plainfield.
No, yeah, Chris is dealing with a bout of influenza. Hope he feels better.
That's going
Yeah.
around the
It's sticky.
norovirus. But okay, so what about that bar that you were gonna be at?
Which one?
Are they-
Uptown?
They don't do a lot of local stuff too.
They do mostly blues and rock and old rock.
Oh, I've
okay,
been to
I got it.
Uptown. I've
It's
been to
really
Uptown.
good. It's a really good place, good sound. But yeah,
But
most
they've
of
got
the
only
time,
certain
most of
things
the
they
time
play.
they're a niche. Yeah.
Like the Forge, I thought was always metal music, but they're a little everything.
Yeah, that's what I like about a few places is that they don't really like discriminate based on your genre.
Have you done Drunken Donut?
Yeah,
Good.
I've done most places in my area. I'm still obviously looking for more
There's
that
one in
I might have missed
Morris.
out.
There's one in Morris. They do an art night, but they also
Yeah.
have people come back.
Oh,
for
what's
They
it.
it
do
called?
comedy too.
I'm gonna introduce you to. Are you on the community on Facebook?
I feel like I am.
The guy who runs the page.
We
I
gotta
got
double
so
check
many.
that one.
The guy who runs the page, Torian. We had him on the show before.
We did.
Yeah. So
There's a drummer, right?
yeah, the guy who runs the page, he lives in Morris, and they have this art night there. And sometimes they'll book artists back if they want to come back for a show. You know, so it's a cool little place, and they love all genres. They'll go with it all. So it's worth a try.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that you did, and Joe did too. I mean, being with an offshoot of Sony Records is a good thing to have on your resume. You know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
that
Building
was a
that
good thing.
EPK, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You build those things, you could still recognize it, what you did with it, you know, but at the same time, it's like water off a duck's back. You got to look at it like that in a sense, you know, and you just keep moving forward,
Yeah.
you know. And
I
to
think
watch
Joe should
people
be your
persevere.
manager.
Damn,
No, I
Joe,
thi-
what's up with it, Joe? I'm kidding.
I think your manager is putting you in the right direction.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I would not want to manage anybody. I can book, I could do all that stuff, I could network, but I would not want to manage.
He knows a lot of people in the Chicago area for sure.
Yeah, and that's the type of people I'm trying to network with. But I myself am trying to become a resource to other people too.
That's good, you know, that, and the fact that you even are willing to reach out beats you out from a lot of people, because a lot of people will passive aggressively reach out to me. They'll be like, you know, oh, I love what you're doing with the show, and it's like,
Kind of like when
I
a
mean,
girl
it's
says
like
she
they
likes
dance
you.
around the topic of it, but it's like, you know, that they want to ask you, and it's like, just ask me, I'll have you on the show, but we were booked for the last few
What were you gonna
months.
say about a girl? What?
As it's almost like when women shoot their shot, but they don't say that they want to be with you. It's like, all right, I
That's
don't
an
know.
Interesting correlation there between the music business dating. I like that. Well, hey man, I
A
wish
band
that-
is like a marriage, basically.
I
pretty
can agree
much.
to that one.
You got your divorces, and your songs are your
Yeah.
kids.
Oh,
People
no.
are always leaving and
Not
coming.
the kids.
Not my kids.
Funny. Yeah, I mean, you basically you heard it here. I mean, this is what we do. We introduce people and try to help you out, have you back, do another. You know, when you're ready with that show,
Yeah.
definitely come back.
we'd
So
love to have you
got to
back.
get in touch with Joe off the air, and you know, we'll make that happen.
Real quick, can I talk about one of my singles real quick?
Absolutely.
All right. So right now I'm pushing my single Black Candles freestyle. I even made a video for it. I put some marketing behind the video using Google Ads, and
Good stuff.
I'm out on all platforms. Sativa Reyes, literally any platform. I recently put out a video on Bevo too as well. So we'll see
that's a
how
good-
that goes.
Good place to go.
Heck
Vivo,
yeah,
YouTube.
Vivo? That's
Yeah,
wicked.
yeah, isn't it cool?
Oh, dude. Good stuff. Great
Yeah, no, that is a
direction.
good spot to be. They don't. I don't think they take stuff down like YouTube does all the time. That's the thing.
No, not at all. And
They're not as strict.
They do ask for like the video quality to be good and the song quality to be good.
Yeah, they want 4K.
Yeah, they don't.
I was gonna say they want it to look kind of semi-professional, if not professional, right?
Yeah.
So for people who want to find it, spell it out. So for people who don't know how to spell it, how you spell your name?
All right, so BLACK Black, and then CANDLES Candles,
Got it.
and then Freestyle. And
Black Candles Freestyle. And your name is
Sativa
How do you spell
Reyes.
that? Spell your name.
Sativa Reyes, SATIVA, like the weed sativa.
Yeah, like the marijuana.
Yeah, like
Got
the
it.
marijuana.
And then Reyes, REYES.
Reyes. Yeah.
All right. So now we know where to find you. That's cool. We're gonna look for that single. I didn't have it ready to play, but maybe we'll do that in the edit later. But anyway, great having you on. It was fun. Nice talking to you about everything. Good luck with everything.
Yeah, thank you.
Like I said, you guys should talk off the air, Joe, and you and
We still got to get a picture.
and we'll get a
the
picture too
picture.
before you leave. Yep. So everybody, that was another edition here of Bell and Company. I am Mario J. Bell. He was Joe Brunker. That's Libby down there.
Bye.
And thank you to Sativa for being on. Everybody have a great one, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.